Hi, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for March 2020. This is going to be for Cancer Sun, Moon, or Rising. You may have planets in the sign of Cancer. You may be in love with a Cancer in love with you, or you were intuitively guided to the channel or to the reading, and you may not even be a Cancer. So thank you for listening to your intuition. You can never go wrong when you do that. Okay, guys, so we're going to not talk and get into the reading. So while I'm giving the cards a couple shuffles, and we're going to use the Good Tarot, by the way, go ahead and do just a little deep breathing, just to relax your mind. All right, my loves, let's begin. Well, hello. We have the Page of Swords, Page of Swords, Page of Air. We have the King of Cups. So this could possibly be you, another Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is looking over at this King of Cups. And I feel like it's with the energy of knowing something is meant to be. I feel like this King of Cups may have a little bit of immature energy. This, again, could be you. I'm not feeling that's bad or good. Just, it is what it is. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone could certainly be attached to this King of Swords. However, I feel like I'm looking over at the King of Cups. Almost like I'm saying, well, this is the one. This is the one. Even though I am attached to the King of Swords energy, I feel like the King of Cups is really the energy I'm interested in. However, the King of Cups, again, feeling like a little, I don't know, immature is the word I want to use. We have the Eight of Swords. So I feel like someone is holding back maybe their communication. Could be the energy of someone ghosting you. I don't like that, though, at all. So, but, it doesn't mean somebody can't grow from that either. I guess I shouldn't be judgmental on that. But I feel like my interest lies within this King of Cups. And again, this could be male or female. But my interest is on this King of Cups. Not just that, but this is something or someone that I've definitely put time in. I put time in. Now, that could just be that I've had my focus on this person for quite a while. But this King of Cups seems to be in a different type of energy. I feel like this King of Cups is someone who has experienced some, pain or heartache, confusion in the past. Because I feel like this King is carrying old energy with them. Almost like, I'm not ready to heal myself. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready yet. I feel like they know exactly what they're doing. but however, I do feel like they understand that the energy they're coming from, I don't know, just, you know, so I feel like they're aware of their energy. And I don't want to say lower energy, because again, I'm aware that I maybe ghost people. I'm aware that maybe I close off communication, you know, when I get in a fearful state. So I'm aware of that. But am I ready to do anything about it? That's kind of where I feel we're at right now. At that, we have the Tower. So this is definitely energy of something or someone you've been with, because the Tower comes down, right? Tower comes down, but you know, in a way, I feel like this is someone's hidden fear also. My hidden fear is if I do allow myself to partake, let's say, in a relationship, you know, I understand that until I have, well, I would say more clarity, but it's not clarity until I am ready to handle all this. I tend to keep myself out of a certain type of situation, right? You know, this is someone who's experienced the Tower in their life, and clearly it was hard because they don't want to experience it again. And it's one of the reasons why someone doesn't move forward, right? I don't move forward because I'm fearful of the past repeating itself. We have the Six of Wands. Well, that's cool. That's a card of victory. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords. Interesting. We have all swords coming down this front row. So I have a feeling what this Tower was for some is, you know, I feel like they were either cheated on, because what it is, it's about trust. It's about trust issues, and I don't move forward because I have these trust issues. You know, I haven't quite figured them out yet. Well, beautiful. There's the sun. So that's illumination over it, right? It's illumination over the Tower. It's illumination over my trust issues. It's illumination over how I have created a prison for myself, right? To keep out all the energy that I'm not ready for. So it's illumination over myself. And I kind of love this because what's holding this king back from the get-go is the energy, as previous energies, right? Previous energies, previous experiences that chances are hasn't been reflected upon, because really that's all we need to do is reflect on it so we can move on from it. But the sun showing up in a reason gives you beautiful illumination, not just over good things, but also over the tough things that we've yet to deal with. We have the Seven of Wands. You have 3 sevens in your spread. We have the Fool. The Fool. And we have the Emperor. Major Arcana of Aries, coming with the Fool. So the Emperor brings in new opportunity, a new chance, a new path. This can certainly be talking about an opportunity that comes your way. You know, I don't see a lot of Pentacles. Matter of fact, any Pentacles we have right now is the Seven of Swords, which I find very interesting. And what I'm seeing is a lot of swords and fire. So lessons and action. Lessons and then actions, right? The lessons are there for us to expand. So it doesn't do us any good by not reflecting back. Okay, let's go ahead and bring out the clarifiers right away. We have the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Queen of Cups, again, Cancer, another Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have the Five of Swords underneath that. Ten of Pentacles. So for someone, I feel like this Queen is leaving a home, breaking up a home, but breaking it up because of the communication, right? Unable to communicate with this group of people or a particular person. Could certainly be also leaving my job, right, with the Emperor down here, offering some type of new opportunity for you. By the way, we do have this King of Cups who now matches the Queen of Cups, so this could be talking about a previous relationship, and, maybe whoever lives within this Queen of Cups, she could have, she could have caused some type of situation where trust then arises, right? But why? Because mainly it's no one's seen each other's point of view here. The things that we say to each other cut like a knife, right? They're not just like, you're a pain in my ass. No, they're like, you know what? I don't know. I don't even want to go down that road, but you know what I'm talking about, where we do personal attacks. So I feel like that was happening also. It's funny because I feel like someone may be in a current relationship with this king, and again, this king is carrying a certain energy with him. And part of it may be, afraid to lose you afraid to lose them, but the communication here is difficult, right? Difficult to say the least. Let's bring out the Crystal Vision. I'm going to give it 3 shuffles. And we're going to go deeper. Find out what this opportunity is for you. I feel like if somebody's been covering something up, this is the time where it's going to come out. Again, can be the King of Cups, can be the Queen of Cups. I just feel like anything that's been, what's that saying? Anything that's been hidden in the dark will come to the light. I definitely feel like that, right? Whatever trust issues I have come to the light. Maybe I've been feeling something, and then boom, I receive the evidence I need. Because I just want to say, it feels like with this illumination, it does put us somewhat in a defensive type of energy, almost like, see, I knew it. See, look at me. Look, I was right. That type of thing. Because there is someone who, becomes the victor of this energy. But I feel ultimately what happens, given the 2 people, can this be re-erected? Can it come back free and clear? Well, the main issues here are communication and trust. So I feel like if we look at those, if we work on those, yes, we can have victory within this relationship. And I'm going to go on to something else now, because I feel like there's also someone who's in a relationship. Again, I do kind of feel it's with this King of Swords, and but my eye is turned towards the King of Cups. And this King of Cups may be stuck within a current relationship, stuck within a certain energy. It may be the energy of waiting for someone to leave another relationship, someone waiting for you to leave another relationship. And I kind of feel like that is also going to happen. Who am I talking about? I feel like for some of you, this is someone that you were previously with, so I don't feel like it's someone new who came in and, turned my head, turn my head. I feel like this is someone I already knew. Perhaps I had been in some type of romantic relationship with them. I don't feel like honestly, I don't feel like chances are I didn't live with this person or marry this person, because, I'm seeing the 5, but it doesn't mean, I didn't have feelings and all that. So anyways, I feel like, someone may have came in with communication and, reached already a rocky relationship, so it kind of turns your head towards the memories of someone. Don't know if I cut these, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut them. Okay, let's start at the beginning. I have to feel in my readings that the beginning is the root of what needs to be looked at, and then the rest is the potential of, what energy we choose. Like, do we choose to look at it and then clear it, or does it just feel too hard to do that yet? So it's, almost like the hangman comes out and it's like, you haven't really cleared this yet, so clear one, right? Close the door of one. So then you open the door for the next. You're coming through as the full energy, right? I'm not carrying all this over here. Okay, let's see what's here. We have the Chariot. So this is your card. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles is surrounding this King of Cups. We have the 5 of Wands. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. So I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you. There's someone I just feel like they're meant to be. I feel like for a few of you, you may have initiated conversation or the connection of someone of your past. You may have initiated that yourself, or it's coming in for you. Again, I just kind of feel like, am I talking about love? I think I'm talking about a little bit of everything, but love is definitely in here because I don't know. I feel like I'm looking at this king and I feel like I want to give it another shot, right? And, here's the difference. I feel like perhaps with my current partner, or let's say my last partner, I feel like communication was an issue. Honesty may have been an issue, right? But when I think about you, my previous partner, I understand that it did, there were also challenges, but I feel like I have more clarity over that than I may have with the current situation. And what I can say about the person of the past is, even though we, again, had our issues, we're very much alike. Very much alike. And I feel like, passion may describe the differences to a T. Like, when I think of this person, again, I'm looking at the King of Cups. And by the way, it doesn't have to mean that it's only a water sign, right? It's the energy of the water sign. King Cups is someone who, loves to be in love, who loves to be in a relationship, who comes to the table with an open heart, right? Wants to be in love. Now, if he's or she is still a little in the dark or still maturing, they can be very flirty. you know, maybe a little untrustworthy. Sometimes they're just big flirts, but doesn't mean they're going to, you know, do anything about that. But nonetheless, you know, you still feel the sting. So I feel like that could describe a little bit of the two. I want to see what comes after this wheel. So we have the Hangman coming after the wheel. So even if I want something to begin, you know, something is stopping it. Either I'm not ready or someone's not ready. The Hangman is taking the time to seek the wisdom. So when I begin this path or I continue on it, whatever I'm doing, I'm coming from a more grounded type of place. Hangman to me is taking advantage of nature and everything that God has put on this earth to help heal ourselves. So the Hangman, I wait with purpose, right? I'm not, you know, I have the Fool down here, who takes a chance, right? The Fool takes a chance, but the Fool has done the reflection. The Fool has done the work. The Fool's coming free and clear, where the Hangman is like, wait a minute, I got to figure all this out, right? So something, you know, here's this wheel, here's this opportunity, but I'm putting a hold on it for right now. Why? Well, here's the Moon. So the Moon is not knowing everything, right? That some things are just unclear. But sometimes we're not meant to know everything. Sometimes the lesson is about how we react to different circumstances. And then I have the Two of Swords. So this is where the Hangman's coming in, because I want to make a decision over something, right? But I don't want to just jump into anything either. The Moon is saying I don't feel that I have enough information in front of me to make a logical decision. So I can get in my head here and I can overthink things and I can making the decision harder and harder and harder because, not because I'm not making it, even though that's part of it, but because I'm not looking at the reason why some things are still unclear to me. Now that could be because someone else, again, over here, may not be coming, you know, being forthright with their emotions, but I feel like it also has to do with you there. So Two of Swords. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Because I feel like something is meant to be. I'm feeling like something is meant to be, but I'm not going to, you know, pull the wool over my eyes and pretend that there has never been an issue, because clearly there's been an issue, or chances are you'd still be together, right? And part of the issue is really how much alike you are versus how different you are. And just not, you just didn't figure, you know, two people didn't figure that out yet. It's, you know, it's like that mirror. I get mad at them because they're portraying actions of me, you know, putting it back in my face and, oh, I don't like it. I don't like what I see, right? I don't like what I feel. So I'm taking a minute. I'm just taking a minute. Taking a minute. But again, I want to say, be careful you don't overthink this. You know, I find the lessons in everything and everywhere. Like sometimes the little lesson is, okay, Cancer, you know, you got to make up your mind. You know, you don't expand if you keep saying no, right? Because of a little bit of fear. You've been in these situations and you know the fear goes away. I want to take a card just on the King of Cups, and I'm going to take a card on this King of Swords. I have the Eight of Cups. I have the Page of Swords. have the Four Swords coming over to the King of Swords. Four Swords is taking that time out to allow myself to heal. So I'm kind of happy to see that. With the Hangman up there, the Hangman stopping the progression of the wheel. Like literally stopping the turning of the wheel. And I felt, you know, why? Because not everything has revealed itself, and maybe it's just not meant to. Maybe that's part of the journey, right? It reveals itself when it's meant to. The Four Swords gives me that moment to allow myself to heal, especially any mental type of, if I keep telling myself something over and over again, or if I keep thinking something can't work, something can't work, something can't work, instead of saying, you know what, it could work, it could work, it could work, it could work, right? So figuring out how, why, this is the answer, or this is the energy of prayers being heard and answered. I feel like for some of you, you may have been praying for, because it's coming over the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is where my focus is on someone of the past, someone who emotionally had me. So the healing over that, right? Five of Cups, I was about, I'm focusing on the negative aspects of it instead of the positive, because within the Five of Cups, there's two cups that have yet to be discovered, even though they're in the atmosphere. And by the way, when I do that, then I take on the energy of the Fool. So I kind of like seeing that. The healing is coming over the emotions of the past. And the emotions of the past could certainly be why I have some fear relating to, like, some trust issues over here. But nonetheless, again, it gives me the opportunity to heal that and to truly put it behind me, because here I am as the Fool. Look at that. And then the Fool. And I'm looking at the King of Swords, so in some way, this King of Swords has the ability to help you in this matter. This King of Swords may have some questions that you need answered, right? But I feel like it's saying that they're able to do that. So in some way, you get some clarity and healing coming from the energy of the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is the energy of truth, right? I come with the truth. I speak the truth. It could certainly be the progression of this person over here, who's just kind of feels like the dark night of the soul, right? But it doesn't feel dark until I recognize the darkness. You know, it can feel fun. It can feel chaotic, but some people thrive in that type of energy. I don't feel like this person does. Perhaps for a period in their life they did, but I don't feel like it deep down. No, not their normal type of energy. It's not their comfort level. But it doesn't mean that we don't spend some time in it. So certainly could be the progression of this person with the sun illuminating why the tower is here. And we already know for some it's trust issues, right? And due to that, I just hold myself back from everything and everyone. And if this is the progression of this king, then, that healing process, and then either approaching, or this is you approaching, right? Prepared, ready to let that will go, let that will be free. I'm going to take the restrictions off of it. Let's keep going. We have the Six of Wands over the Eight of Swords, and that is great. That is a great thing. That is the ability to overcome that self-created prison, right? Self-limited beliefs. I don't allow myself to go any deeper, any darker. I'm prepared to come out of it now. So I like that. This tells me that whatever walls were created within the Eight of Swords, I'm willing and able to put him down, to get rid of him, to burn him, whatever it is I need to do. So I like that a lot. I feel like this is also the energy of people seeing you in a new light. You know, you may have came across weak. You know, somebody may have said those words to you, like, you know, you come across weak. But you're anything but that, right? But, you know, some of you may have been portraying that. Or someone else is. We have the Death card of Scorpio. And then we have the Two of Wands over that. So, you know, the Death card coming out here, I know for some of you it's probably a Scorpio, because I do feel like there's a lot of emotions in this reading. So I do feel a lot of water. But listen, there's swords too. Anyway, I like that the Death card's coming out after the card of victory over this Eight of Swords and the Tower. It's coming over both. So that's the ability to close the door. That's the ability of putting it behind me. And then the ability to begin, to start a new journey, start a new path, to say yes to something. This is me looking forward instead of back anymore. So, you know, someone being stuck within that Tower energy, remembering what it was, remembering how it felt, remembering all of that, but maybe never taking a real minute to find out what the root of the problem was. So I like the Death card here. I like that it's saying, don't resist the change in your life, right? The change is good. The change is beautiful. And that is what life is anyway, right? You can only hold off that will for so long. But I feel like you're releasing that will, and now we're in movement again. We have the Hermit card of Virgo, coming over the Six of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Look at this. I was just going to say the Hermit is facing the right. So to me, that's what's coming in. What is coming in and what's coming in? The Four of Wands. So this is a great relationship. This is two people who enter a relationship willing to do whatever it takes, right? There's two people who enter a relationship and know that, listen, we're not always going to have the sun, right? Some days it's going to be rainy. And this is the ability to overcome our problems, right? Our problems don't become bigger than us. We are bigger than that. You know, coming from, again, the Hermit. So this is learning, you know, what did I learn in the Hermit energy? I brought my spirituality into my 3D, into my physical world. I feel like the Hermit was even seeking that seed of intention. And by the way, you know, this Four of Wands is attached to the Five of Cups. So this could be the return of someone, right? But I feel like, or the return of you, by the way. Because I feel like there's people out there wondering, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? We have the Magician, creator, right? The one who's creating. The Magician creates from all his power, all of his experience, all the tools that one has gained through many lives. You know, because when you gain a tool, you never lose it. You know, it's like someone in their garage and, you know, have this beautiful toolbox, but no tools in it. Well, after they go through each leg of the journey, they receive the hammer, right? The drill, the screwdrivers, you know, they receive the basic tool, but what we all need, right? I mean, you know, we've all been there where it's like, I don't have a screwdriver. Then I have to use a knife. Well, that knife isn't as sturdy as the screwdriver, and so on and so forth. I have to use my fingernail. So it's creating out of a beautiful energy. Also attached to that Four of Wands. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So we got the 4 and the 4 with the Magician in between. And, you know, I'm thinking of Four of Pentacles and I'm thinking of home. I'm thinking of home or a home. I'm thinking of where I'm going to put my roots, right? Where I'm going to plant my next pentacles. Now, these pentacles that I'm planting could be a family, you know, or just the two people coming together, living together in a home. Perhaps marriage, right? Because the Four of Wands is the marriage card. So it's showing the progression of, you know, your love life. But don't skip the beginning, okay? Skipping the beginning doesn't serve you well, because if I don't get to the root, I can never close the door, which then opens up, right? The potential is all around me. It's just I need to put certain pieces of the puzzle back together. I have the Ace of Swords, so I wasn't ready to let go of these cards yet, and I wanted to pull another one, so I get the Ace of Swords over that, and I kind of love that. So, you know, don't be surprised if communication comes in. But don't be surprised if all of a sudden you feel like, you know what, I got some guts. I'm gonna initiate, right? Because it's coming from the Magician. I'm initiating, right? I'm initiating perhaps the first conversation or giving clarity over some things. The Ace of Swords to me is also a yes card. So for some of you, you could very well be saying yes to a marriage proposal. Some of you could be moving in together. Because, you know, and I feel like this is two people who are ready to commit, right? In the Four of Wands, both of us want to commit. Both of us love each other. Both of us want to see this to the end, right? But I definitely feel for someone, it is about, you know, either coming together in marriage. I was going to say matrimony. I don't know the last time I've used that word, but matrimony, or living together. Now, that could just be the question. Doesn't mean I'm doing it right away. But though, again, I do see the Fool. So I do feel like someone is saying yes, whether that be to your question or you're saying yes to their question. All right, let's keep going. I'm going to leave that out for a second. We have the Emperor. I mean, it's like, yeah, I couldn't trust my mother. I couldn't trust my mother. I feel like someone has persuaded their mother to see something in their way. You know, it's almost like, it's weird just coming up right now, but this is what I'm picking up. Like there's someone's mother who may have had a certain perception about something, but I feel like you're able to let this Empress see something your way. And it feels good. That alone feels good. Some of you may be starting a family with this person, whether that's natural birth or adoption. We have the Knight of Swords. I feel the Knight of Swords is someone who is, again, explaining their energy of the past, explaining, perhaps apologizing. This could be my mother, but I also feel like it's probably a lover who, and I feel like with that, or you're doing it for them, and who's ever doing it, what they're doing for the other person is they're giving them peace of mind. It's helping them to be able to close the door of what was for good, right? At least the I'm not carrying the feelings around anymore, right? I'm not being triggered. You know, when I stay in this lower energy, I keep getting triggered. I keep getting fearful that something's happening. I can't trust myself, that type of thing. So there seems to be some type of energy that comes in to help you deal with that, and not just deal with it, but put it to bed. Well, hello, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Ten of Swords. And I want to remind you, when I'm doing a reading like this, you know, sometimes I feel this is energy is coming into you. And sometimes I feel like it's kind of you that needs to take the first step, if this is what you choose. You know, and you may say, like, oh, but they're not interested in this and that. My thought is, lay it on the table and go from there. You know, if somebody says no, well, listen, at least you know, right? At least you know. Because what are you doing if you're just holding on to it, holding on to it, and holding on to it? You're eliminating future love from your life, right? Because you can't give the potential of love the focus it deserves for you to manifest it, right? If I'm constantly thinking of this. So I feel like I'd rather face this. You know, someone says yes or no. You know, you don't have to go like, oh, I've loved you all my life. Just be like, hey, you know, I've been thinking about you. And, you know, it's like just opening the door. Opening the door. Opening the potential. If someone's not interested, which is their free will, right? We cannot do anything about anyone's free will. We just can't accept it. Accept their decision. And by the way, someone can say no today, and 20 years from now be like, oh, baby, you're the one who got away. You know, and then you worry about that then. Anyway, my point is, don't live your life always waiting for someone else to make a difference in your life. Go make the difference yourself. And just be willing to accept. If somebody says no to you today, I promise you, someone else will come in, right? With the Queen of Swords. I'm going to take one more. Queen of Swords is carrying the energy of the Ten of Swords. Whoa. It's almost like a threat. Like, don't make me bring out the Ten of Swords on you. We have the Knight of Cups. And look at this. We have the Eight of Swords again. Interesting. So I have a knight here that wants to come in, attached to the Eight of Swords. I have a knight over here that's coming in, also attached to the Eight of Swords. Fear. And then I have the Ten of Swords right in the middle of the spread, coming right after the Ten of Cups. Or, I'm sorry, the Ace of Cups. So whether this is new love, old love, the Ten of Cups, again, is like that trigger. Those, you know, like, okay, I think I'm ready. And then, you know, someone asks you out and you're like, and all the walls come back up. So it tells you haven't had true illumination over this past. You may have just swept it under the bed, right? So now it comes back. It comes back. It comes back. And listen, what's coming out of the Eight of Swords is the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups brings in an offer, right? Asked you out on a date. Proclaims their love. I mean, it's attached right up here to the Ace of Swords and the Four of Wands. So I don't feel like this is energy of someone messing around. I feel like this is someone who, you know, I kind of know what I want. And again, I don't want it to go from the Ace to the Ten of Cups like that. It'd be too quick, too soon. This is about taking our time with all the Seven of Pentacles, taking our time. Taking our time. Taking our time. And why? Because things can keep coming up. Things that we think that we have cleared, boom, come back out. So, and listen, You know, maybe I couldn't trust someone back in the day, but that doesn't necessarily mean I can't trust them now. People do mature. I know not everyone. But if this person didn't, I don't think they'd be coming back in. That's my point, because they're definitely coming in, not with just, you know, I mean, they may just say, let's go on a date, but in their heart, I feel like this is someone ultimately, they're doing it for one reason, to, let's say, hopefully become in a committed relationship with you, or you with them, okay? But Eight of Swords, boom, 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 just keeps popping. Self-created, self-created, self-created. But also, I want to say, again, I have to go back up to this King of Cups, and I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but I think that you guys can follow me. I just got to read the way I read. But again, I feel like the King of Cups has that tower attached, right? Has been feeling the energy of the tower. And out of the tower, they created the Eight of Swords. They created walls around themselves, right? They created walls. Now, this is probably you, but they created walls around themselves. And I feel like mainly it is a trust issue. Some type of trust issue. I love that the Ace of Cups is actually touching the tower, because that's healing over whatever caused it. And sometimes it can just be a lower energy and free will, right? Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Whoop, you know. But then, bam, right? We go right into the Ten of Swords. It's too late. The damage is done. You stab me in the back, right? So now, what do I have to do? I have to go into the Four of Swords energy. I have to heal that. I have to heal that through reflection. You know, sometimes it's like, well, what was my part in it? Because if I go back to this Queen of Cups, I feel like there's also someone who, you know, I feel like you were looking outside of your relationship for a reason. I mean, you know, someone I feel triggered you, you know, triggered a part of you that might have laid dormant for so long, and that may be like the love bug, right? Where here, it's just been hurtful things being said back and forth, you know, a lower type energy. So my eye gets triggered over here, right? But if I don't go back to the root of all this and clear this all up, then I'm bringing a lot of baggage with me. And the Fool says don't do that. The Fool says do the work. So when you begin anything free and clear, you will just expand, right? When I'm working from the light, I rapidly expand. It rapidly happens for me. I just got to get there. I just got to be able to take the steps. I got to get over my fear. I got to get over these self-limiting doubts and beliefs. You know, maybe my mother would tell me all these things, and it's just been with me, right? So then what do? I attract the very people who bring me exactly what I'm fearful of. Why? Because that's where I've been living. I've been living in my fear. How can the universe not match what I'm sending out? So it matches it, right? Well, perhaps it's just a lesson, right? A karmic lesson to help you overcome it once and for all. Because if you do that, bam, then the Ace of Cups shows up. It shows up after the Tower. Okay, after the Tower. And listen, if we're going to accept the Ace of Cups, then what it asks us to do is to learn to love ourselves too. Right? This isn't just about the love of another person. This is also about the love of ourselves. The self-respect. Dignity. You know, not holding ourselves back from experience due to fear, due to other people. And I have a feeling this person coming in has experienced a lot of the things that you've experienced. Again, earlier I felt energy of very like-minded, right? Four of Wands also, to me, is like-minded. You know, we have very similar goals, morals. It doesn't mean we're exactly alike, because there's enough contrast there to give us interest and debate and passion, you know? So it's not all like, oh, we just fit like a glove. Some of it is contrast. But that contrast can be, I don't know. It can be good. It can be good. All right, let's pull this up. lot of cards. I'm actually going to pull this up too, because I feel like I need to do another little mini spread for you. People wonder why my readings are long. I don't end until I feel, I can feel when it's time to end a reading. And if it's not, I don't end it, even if I want to. I don't, and I don't want to, by the way. Let's bring out, I think it's the Illuminati. I think that's the name of them. It's funny, when I started YouTube, I never dreamed that people would be like, oh, what deck are you using? Who's the artist? So I just didn't save the boxes for them, you know? I'm just like, no, I don't have the room. Some of them I do, until I use them. Once they become, you know, once they land here, then usually the box goes. Like, once they land in here, then they know their chances of coming into readings are much higher. Alright, so I want to do another little spread, and I want to do, just to give you more clarity, through the Hangman. Yeah, the Hangman is self-created energy too. But I don't feel bad about the Hangman. I feel like the Hangman's kind of smart. As long as, you know, what I'm seeking and I find it, then I move within it. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups. So, I mean, this just couldn't be any clearer, right? So I have the energy of Six of Cups of someone of my past, someone that, listen, I may focus on the negative aspects of this previous relationship, but there's a lot of good memories involved too. With the Eight of Cups next to it. So, you know, I'm putting a hold on anything going further with this. Why? Because the Eight of Cups tells me that before I should move forward, okay, I mean, I can do whatever I want, but for the best possible potential, before I move forward, this is the opportunity to get my emotional house in order. And that's what it wants. It wants your emotional house in order. Why? So that you can be the best you in this relationship coming up. And they can be the best them in this relationship coming up. I'm noticing this person is heading towards the moon. It's in the night. You know, sometimes I'm seeking answers within the dark when I'm in the dark. We have the Chariot again. Beautiful. We have the Hierophant, card of Taurus. Someone may be like, sweetie, you want me to move in with you? You got to put a ring on it. You got to put a ring on it, right? I'm not moving in until, right, especially with the Chariot, I'm not taking this move until I know everything's coming from the highest energy possible, right? Highest energy possible at that time. There's the Hermit back, card of Virgo. Some of you are definitely connected to a Virgo. I know a lot of Cancers and Virgos. You know, I feel like they can be very good together, though I do think Virgo can be a little harsh for Cancer, but if a Cancer understands the true qualities of a Virgo, I feel like they'll be just fine, and vice versa. A Virgo understands that, you know, Cancer comes from water and emotion, and you know, don't attack them. Here's the King of Pentacles. That's funny. And the Seven of Cups. So, Chariot's coming over the Seven of Cups. So, you know, Seven of Cups with me is the energy of, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. I don't know which way to go. I don't know what cup to choose, right? One day this cup looks good and it's illuminated to me and I feel like I want to reach out and grab it, but I don't. And then the next day I wake up and this cup is illuminated to me, and I want to grab it, but I don't. Why don't I? Because of my own trust issues, right? So I don't even trust myself. I don't trust my own opinion off of, this energy. Some of you, someone may be asking you to marry him, and, you want things just to get a little clearer, a little, you don't want the emotional past to be following you. The Eight of Cups tells us that, right? It tells you don't move from this position until you have your emotional house in order. And once you do that, because the Chariot is about the balance, right? And it's the masculine and the feminine. It's the yin and the yang. It's the dark and the light. It's the balance. It's the spiritual and our earthly. It's us being imbalanced. And when we come from that energy, listen, if there's a decision that needs to be made after I clear my emotional house and I find this balance within myself, whatever cup is really, let's just say, my best option, it will stay illuminated this time. This time it stays illuminated. Some of you, again, directly attached to, you have both Taurus here and Virgo. Could be a Taurus and a Virgo. Because I definitely feel like this is the King of Pentacles we're talking about. Look at that with the Ace of Cups. This is why I like doing a second spread. I love to see what cards come back out again. So now we have the Ace of Cups on the bottom of this deck. This is now the underlying energy. So this tells me love is traveling in your life. It's traveling. Look at that, the Four of Swords. Beautiful. Healing, right? Healing. If nothing else, this is healing. How do I receive this healing? I ask for it. I ask for it. I ask Mother Mary to heal me. I ask God to heal me, right? I pray, and it tells me that my prayers are being answered. Listen, when our prayers are being answered, it doesn't mean that, whatever I prayed, like, oh, I want Johnny to come in at 6'2", black hair, blue eyes, drives, Lamborghini, and I won't accept anything else. Well, chances are you're going to get Timmy to come in who's going to be driving a Mustang, and is going to have blonde hair and blue and green eyes, and but is the one who can love you like no other. So the source says, don't put expectations on it. Just pray for what it is, the energy that you need, and then let what will follow. Because here it is, the Ace of Cups. So however it shows up, listen, maybe it doesn't show up in the past person. Maybe this is someone brand new. But what it's saying is love exists in your atmosphere. You just got to meet it, right? How do you meet it? You meet it through your energy. All right, bring out the Cosmic Tarot. Do some fast clarifying. A lot of Cancer energy on the board. This reading and the last, especially the Seven of Cups and the Chariot. So some of you, it is a double Cancer. You're a Cancer and they're a Cancer. Everyone's a Cancer. Your cards are flipping over. Look at that, the Chariot again. The Ten of Wands. Here's the Emperor. Ten of Wands. It's like this Emperor is in a Chariot. Some of you, I felt that, or the Emperor was in your reading earlier, and we didn't really go over it much. But I just didn't feel pulled to the Emperor as much. But here the Emperor is again, and it's almost like you holding this Emperor off, right? Because with this Emperor seems to come a lot of burden. Whether this person just lives in a world of chaos and drama, or whether that has been your life. This could certainly even be talking about a job. This whole thing could be talking about a job, and you chasing your dreams, right? Going after your dreams and the potential of what can be there waiting for you. what you're creating in reality. So anyways, I definitely feel like some of you are leaving this Emperor, and some of you are leaving this Emperor. Listen, some of you might be moving back home, going back to a period, moving somewhere where you have great memories about, that makes you feel balanced. I don't feel like this Emperor does. I feel like I need to apologize for someone, because I feel like you love this Emperor. But yet I feel like attached to this Emperor is a lot of drama, a lot of burden, maybe a lot of responsibilities, but I don't know. I don't know. Because I definitely feel like the energy moving away from this Emperor. I guess for some of you, this Emperor could be someone of the past, so I could flip that around. But honestly, I feel the Ten of Wands is directly attached to this Emperor. And maybe the very reason why you need to get your emotional house in order, right? Because they may have, like, if I've been in a lot of drama and conflict and all that, like, right? So I got to take that moment. I got to, take that moment through the Four Swords. I got to ask for healing, and then I got to allow the healing to come. I got to get myself in balance, right? This is me in balance, which then allows me to move forward. I mean, I can move forward in balance or out of balance, but here's the Five of Pentacles. So I do feel like, this Emperor may be on his way out. Look at this. The Prince of Cups is coming over the Chariot. This is, again, love coming in, some type of offer, a date, something loving and emotional. Two of Pentacles. What am I going to do? So you may have put off this person for a little bit, but I feel like now we're getting closer to actually moving, saying yes to this person, because I feel like here again is the question, so to speak. To me, the Two of Pentacles is more about, can I fit it in my life? Will it work within my current lifestyle and all that? And the answer may be yes, the answer may be no. Because we do have the Five of Pentacles here. For some of you, it is clear that you need to make a move before, to have the best potential of what is out there waiting, right? And then the Three of Wands after that. So I feel like, again, this is a yes, you going forward. And I love that you're going forward with a positive mindset. This is optimism. This is looking forward to what's out there, even though it's kind of like the moon is back there, right? I don't know what lies beyond these three wands, but I'm excited to find out. Bring it on. So I think there's a yes here. Let's keep going. Like, yes, baby, I'll marry you, right? Because then we come down to the Hierophant. Look at this, Ten of Pentacles. So some of you have someone asking you to, if nothing else, move in together. If nothing else, starting a life together. Whether we start living together or it's dating with the Prince of Cups here, right? The dating period. By the way, the Five of Pentacles tells me that, whatever situation you're leaving, there's going to be beautiful, helpful people in place for you. These people I consider our soul family members who are meant. By the way, you had Seven of Pentacles twice, so a lot of this is like divinely guided because of your seeds of intention, these experiences that you wanted to have as spirit coming down into soul. And the Five of Pentacles says, even though that it feels like a little struggle at this point, or you feel like it's going to be a struggle at that point, it says that the people will be in place. They'll be in place to help you. And that may be little triggers that you receive, like you're about to take a right on Main Street, but you're supposed to go to Church Street. So someone comes along and cuts you off right when you're about to take that turn, and like, now I got to go onto Church Street, and there, bam, and there sits my love. So I just want you to understand that. I love that the Ten of Pentacles is coming over the Hierophant. This tells me that this foundation, this is everything, right? This is the one. This is, you know, generation and generation. So I feel like not just that, but we're, you know, kids and then grandkids and great grandkids. And I just feel the history the two of you are creating. And it just kind of feels like meant to be. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups wants to just keep coming out. Oh my God. So you have the Ten of Cups and you have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Three Swords and we have the Seven of Swords. So this is coming out over the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So let's take a moment here because we have the energy of previous heartache. Three Swords is about what's already happened. Seven of Swords tells us exactly what the heartache was over. It was a trust issue. It was a trust issue. But now, this could be their trust issue within you, not just them. It's not always them, right? Because I'm kind of feeling that, because I have two Seven of Swords. Well, it's Seven of Cups. But anyway, Seven of Cups over here, too. So it's showing us that energy, right? It's showing us the previous heartache. It's showing us trust. And then it's showing, can I? You know, why I have a hard time making decisions. It is strictly within the energy of trust. Trust of myself and trust of others. No matter who put us there, it is energy that we have carried with us. We've carried along with us. No matter who caused it, even if we caused it for ourselves. Sometimes this is about forgiveness of oneself, right? As I know better, I do better. So don't beat yourself up for things you just didn't know. That's why you were there. You were learning, right? Here's the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups coming over the most beautiful energy, right? A very high vibrational energy. No wonder we had all this beforehand, because look at the outcome. Wow. I want to look at just that Seven of Cups coming between Ten of Pentacles. Actually, I'm going to shuffle for it, because I'm going to take them below too. Look at that. I have the Strength card. Beautiful. Card of Leo. But this is the ability to overcome really anything in life. Anything. Anything. Some people are going to be like, well, what about this? Anything. I'm not kidding. Anything. Anything. Not just overcome it, but to make sense of it. Maybe I see the developing patterns. Maybe I notice the patterns that have taken place before, and therefore, if I know the patterns, then I can see if they start to arise, right? Things that trigger me. This is every lifetime that you've lived on Earth. The tools that you've gained, the energy, the lessons that you've overcome. It's all that stays with you. It's the tools that magician presents to you in the beginning of a journey, right? And I feel like here we haven't quite gotten to the Fool yet. But here's the ability to then allow myself to turn into the Fool. Because listen, if I allow myself to be the Fool in this new relationship, whether it's coming back or it's new, if I allow myself to be the Fool in that relationship, just think of the potential that exists. The fun, the laughter, the love, the emotions, the passion, all of it. I then get to feel it and really enjoy it for what it's meant to be. By the way, someone's like, you have to come from that energy. You know, if I've had trust issues for most of my life, if I can look back at the patterns and I can find the root, I can just pull out that root and I eliminate it. King of Cups is back. Death card is back. Some of you, this is Scorpio. Princess of Pentacles coming under the King of Pentacles. I feel like this is of an earlier time within this Princess of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. And Six of Swords. I definitely feel the energy of Cancer with Earth, previously with Earth, but I feel like when Cancer thinks about someone, they still think about them like in their younger version. But I don't feel like they're any longer in their younger version, but it's how I picture them and see them in my mind's eye. So what this is showing us down here, I'm going to look at this Nine of Pentacles. It feels like at this moment, like it doesn't fit with the rest of the cards. So I want to know why it's here in particular. Nine of Pentacles is about self-employment, building a business, coming from my creativity to build my foundation. It's an independent energy. Some of you could be saying, you know, spend a little time in this independent energy. You know, it's knowing I can take care of me. And I feel like it's more financial than anything. And that alone might help me remove some of the swords. Okay, so I have the Hangman coming out there. For some of you, your previous lifestyle may have stunted a dream of yours, and that may be to have a business, to present. Listen, it doesn't always have to be your own business. It could be working for a company, no doubt, but your work and your work alone like shines on its own. It's the ability to do this for the rest of my life, if I choose. So the Hangman comes over there, and I feel like it's just been a stop to this dream. So let's see. I'll stop talking so the cards can come out. I have the Six of Pentacles. Here's the King of Pentacles again, and look at this. And then we have the Wheel. And there's nothing stopping. It's funny because here's the Hangman again. We had the Hangman and the wheel earlier, right? But first the Wheel and then the Hangman. So I'm stopping that wheel. I'm stopping the progression of something. Now we have the Hangman, and then the Wheel comes out after that. So I'm no longer stopping it. I'm allowing it to take place. Some of you, it's just about like, I almost feel like saying, it's like I get my love life in order. I get my emotional house in order. And then little did I know, I would have all this potential to also get my financial house in order. This King of Pentacles may be of some support to you. And I feel like a little bit of both. I feel like love, but that doesn't mean that they won't be very supportive. Talk you into be like, baby, that was your dream. You know, maybe this person up here didn't believe in your dreams. I do. So I feel is very supportive of what's meant to be. The Wheel's energy of destiny. So I have nothing to fear. Even though I can see why there's fear, right? Because everything in the past, I'm afraid it's going to re-arise again the way it was. Well, all I got to do is find the root, change myself, right? It's all about how I react to something also. If I react differently, maybe the situation becomes different. This has beautiful potential. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there, but I am going to do also an oracle card for you. I think I used, what, 4 decks? Wow. We're going to do the Mother Mary Oracle. Ta-da! Look at that. Ace of Cups. Not once, but twice. You had the Chariot twice, if not 3 times. Thrice. You had 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, success in how I make my money, especially when it comes to your creativity. You're using your hands, your mind, your thoughts, your emotions. Father. Interesting. We had the Emperor twice, which could certainly represent a father. My true father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. Okay, let's read. Somebody needs to hear this. Maybe myself included. This card comes to you because your question is rooted in your relationship with your father. Now listen, it just said the word rooted, and I've been saying rooted all through your reading, so I feel like this is definitely answering something for someone, okay? This card comes to you because your question is rooted in your relationship with your father. Even though this connection may not be immediately understood, this card acknowledges the link. Most likely, old emotions concerning your father are affecting your present situation. If a memory resurfaces as you read this, trust this pathway to lead you to healing. Recalling a painful memory isn't pleasant, but it is an important step towards releasing negative patterns. If you have an old, heavy-hearted feeling about Dad, take a moment now to say, God and Mother Mary, thank you for helping me heal and release whatever emotion it is with my father so that he and I can be free. Father. Thank you, my loves. Thank you as always. I always wonder, like, should I thank them every single time I want to? But do you get tired of that? I can't help but thank you because, listen, I'm just as thankful today as I was the day that I began this for each and every one of you. I truly, truly am for everything. You know, you help expand me. You may not know that, but you do. You tell me that what I'm doing is right and is helping, and that's all I need to know. Truly, that's all I need to know. So thank you. Thank you for continuing to come back. Those who are new, welcome. I hope you stuck it out to the end. Maybe not your first one, but eventually I know you will. I trust that those who come to the reading are meant to come to this reading. I trust that with all my heart. I just do. So thank you. Thank you for your donations. It is what keeps this channel alive. I'm telling you, without donations, I would just have to scrap the whole thing. I couldn't even imagine having to do that. Hopefully never will. Thank you for your comments, letting us have a peek into your lifetime. It's always nice for others to read something that they're going through, that others are going through it. Gives us great insight onto how other people deal with something. So please leave your comments. By the way, when you make comments, try to put them all in one comment or right under each other, but don't. I have some people who leave like 20 separate comments on a reading, and that's too much because it doesn't make sense. You're making a comment as you watch. And then to us, the comment's just like, oh yeah, that's my dad. Well, we don't know what that means. Maybe I did because I did the reading, but so consider that, keeping them grouped together, and then it'll make a lot more sense to us so we can understand, your comment too. So anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to preach about that. Just thank you. I want to thank you, actually. Thank you for sharing this video for those that you feel need to hear it. I truly, truly appreciate that. I mean, I know that some of you do that, and I know that some of you are used as a conduit to this reading going to a friend or a family member. So I know that, and thank you for paying attention to your intuition again. Just thank you. I love you guys. So have a great month of March. Things are changing. This is the month, this is the year of Aries, and we are entering into the Aries. So, this is about getting ourselves strong, right? Getting ourselves strong, remembering that everything that we've been through, we have been through before in previous lifetimes. We have climbed that mountain over and over again in different situations, but we can always reach the mountaintop, always. We can, there's no challenge that you're given that you cannot overcome. And again, I know some people are going to be like, well, Sandy, you don't have a clue. Oh, yes, I do. I have been through them all. I have climbed every mountain. And that's why I feel like I can come to you, because I have climbed those mountains. I have been at the bottom of the hill. You know what I mean? Anyway, I love you guys so much. I will see you soon. I want to say namaste. Bye-bye.